interference down there. Probably caused by that. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Peragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, there should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch your... Will do. And be careful down there. Find the emergency supplies? About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try... Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may... Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Again, it won't last... Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those... You could, if you have the skill in a stealth field generator. These droids rely on thermal sensors, primarily to detect... The good thing is, that explosion down there kicked up so much heat and steam it may blind them. A bit, but not much. Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia, since they rely on ranged weapons. In close combat, the guy with the vibroblade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill him from a distance. Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, you can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field around the target. There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droid. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic... Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for... Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set... If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed... Watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly enough. Something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central... I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on. Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Everybody here?
What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with him on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So he's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian.
Not a survivor, idiot. He's one of the Jedi from Malachor.
If he's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have him walking around.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta,
look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's artic...
Kurta, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then...
picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there? The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent. I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep... If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is gonna get real hot.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master. Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit this individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid... But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. Of course, Master. How may I be... Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind... Answer. Only the Peragus administration officer would have such... If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the door... Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. If that were the case, the severed comm link would have spared us the satisfaction. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be... Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary... I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a... Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can... Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid... Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the... Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only... Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is maintenance control, voice print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance... Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is no...
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows the sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjust. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking... Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm sorry. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in medbay. I thought they'd all gone away, or been... The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of... When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice... Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids, and I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility, and they're using the droids to...
it's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosion. They're venting Peragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right? I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior, and only in the last few minutes. I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives.
Sir, couldn't we contact the medbay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to him? Without... We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... But no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since KOTOR and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system? This...
Manama tredo sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank turna. Der winter to wakere ko wapa terra chingaradana. Ferrar rampat. Relibe kuronto so mele grim con corre gimbasa. Rechu. Der winter to wakere ko wapa terra chingarad. Manama tredo sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank turna saganich. Der winter to wakere ko wapa terra chingaradana. Ferrar rampada no de ringtada nel Federator rampada no rinca nel commercio c'è la fibo non lo. Manama tredo sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank turna. Der winter to wakere ko wapa terra chingaradana. Federator rampada no rinca nel commercio c'è la fibo non lo. Turun ka. Ona jun seni sensen drawiche nel commercio c'è la fibo non lo.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, and shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here. Managed to use the holo-transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmission. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using it. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking...
The transmission gives the code to open the turbolift when or if help arrives.
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you murklack. You're cutting a little close.
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contact...
No, they must be trying to use...
Hey, this turbolift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their train...
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to you.
Corda, this turbolift's locked down. The sequence is...
Keep trying it! You! Why you...
You? It was never about you. The Jedi is... But then you had to ruin everything by revealing his identity. And then try... Statement. You are a risk, KOTOR. You are impulsive, crude.
Mocking query. KOTOR, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes.
Emergency lockdown. Overridden.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave it. We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape.
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding? Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster. If not, then I fear our time.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty.
And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way on. Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue. Clarification. Assassin droid is such a crude term, Master, reserved for Durasti. The function I perform has been referred to as wanton slaughter. Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that. After reprogramming the mining droids to mine any organics they perceived, then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay. Of course, against my calculations, you awakened from your tank prematurely. Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. Suffice, you have been wandering the galaxy since the end of the Mandalorian Wars, leaving little record of your past. Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to
More where that came from.
Failing, Master.